is better than ever in targeting an audience that listens to what you say. Learn more about this exciting radio broadcasting opportunity by calling WNZK Radio at 248-557-3500. This is WNZK, Dearborn Heights, Detroit. Your ethnic superstation of 690 days, 680 nights.
Welcome to the bright side of aging. My name is Ike Engelbaum. I'm a pharmacist and the publisher of AmericanSeniorGazette.org. It has been wisely said, you cannot help getting older, but you can help getting old. It has also been said that age is a matter of the mind. If you don't mind, it doesn't matter. My purpose in doing the show is so that seniors and caregivers can share their ideas and questions on how we can age gracefully and in a vertical position for as long as our good genes will allow. And if we've inherited bad genes, how to outwit them. Our topics include senior housing, financial, legal, safety, travel, health issues, interesting senior events in the community, and most of all, tips on how to put old on hold. Do you like snacks? Well, why don't you try the Oury Bakery folks that have now created 3 new flavors of gluten-free granolas: maple vanilla, blueberry, and toffee chocolate, all sold in 16-ounce bags for just $4.99. All new is Oury's cinnamon pull-apart made with Danish dough and rich cinnamon filling. It's great with coffee or milk and hard to stop eating. You will find all these items at the Oury Bakery Market on Farmington Road between I-96 and Plymouth Road in Livonia. Try it out. As Jackie Gleason used to say, how sweet it is. For over 30 years, Cruz Hearing and Service has helped thousands of people improve their hearing and enjoy the sounds of their life again. If you don't hear as well as you'd like, Cruz Hearing can help you. They have actually hearing aids that the batteries do not need to be recharged. And they also have a caption phone that you can view for free. And also the phone, if you're over 65, is available to you free. So any phone calls you get, you can see captioned if you don't hear that well. Here they've got other stuff. If you'd like their free cookbook, call 1-888-489-8980. That's available. You can call Cruz Hearing Direct at 877-456-2789. The number direct is 877-456-2789. And guess what? I'm sure you've all heard that song, Sherry, Sherry Baby. Well, I am fortunate enough that I have Sherry Smith on, who is a real dynamo. She is with the Area Agency on Aging 1B, and she's one of the spearhead people. I learned that word yesterday, so I thought I'd use it in a sentence. Medicare Medicaid Assistance Program Manager. Wow. Hello, Sherry.
Hi, Ike.
It's so good to hear from you. I really admire all the stuff you've been in, and in fact, without getting too personal, you were heading up really a great concept a while back of getting neighborhoods together and we got to know each other was it Huntington Woods that had that program going? Is that right?
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, it's a shame. I forgot how valuable it is, especially now with the crisis that we are dealing with. Fortunately, it's decreasing, hopefully. How valuable it is to be neighborly and be helpful to one another. And
absolutely.
You switched hats, and now you're
I did.
you're the Medicare Medicaid Assistance Program manager. So tell me, if someone asks you as a job description, what do you do, Sherry?
Well, I'll talk about what our program does. We're part of a national network of, they're called State Health Insurance Assistance Programs, and we are there to help people understand their healthcare options. We have a cadre of certified, trained counselors who are totally unbiased. We're not affiliated with any insurance companies, and they will sit with people and go through their medications, where they like to get their health care at, and help them to make choices for Medicare that are best for them. As you know, Medicare is very complicated and can be very expensive, and we can break it down to its simplest part and help people out. We also do presentations, and we also do a lot of work on Medicaid fraud, abuse, and scam, which is sort of the topic of what we'd like to talk about today, because the scammers are out there in force.
Right. Well, first of all, let me make sure that people appreciate your role. You're part of the Area Agency on Aging 1B, which means it's non-profit. You're not affiliated trying to sell anything in particular. You're sort of a supervising body that helps people in whatever affiliations they may already have made. And what I really appreciate about your style, Sherry, is that you talk in shirt sleeve English, and rather than giving a bunch of code numbers and stuff, you actually verbalize it. So if anyone wants to get a hold of you, what phone number would you like to give out?
You should call 1-800-803-7174.
That's 800. Go ahead.
Oh, go on. Go ahead, Ike.
800-803-7174. And that number, of course, puts you in touch with the main switchboard, and they can switch you not only to you, but to your associates. And I really appreciate the staff you have. You have some very talented people that really specialize in specific areas. So do you encourage people that, let's say, they've signed up for something already and they're not quite sure whether this was the best choice? Do you handle those situations where you guide them, hey, this is not bad, but I think you'd be better off with whatever? Do you do that?
Sort of. We can't make decisions for people or tell them what's better or what's not. Well, what we can do is show them their options, show them the pros and cons, and then they can make a choice. As you know, with Medicare, there are only specific times of the year that you can change your plans, and we encourage everybody to call us during open enrollment. We start taking appointments in September, and open enrollment runs from October 15th through December 7th, and we see hundreds of people in that time period, and we go through their medications, and we go through their plans, and people can switch, they can stay where they are, but it's good to know because plans change, medications change, prices change, and our service is entirely free, and we want to see people. Last year, even with the pandemic, doing everything virtually, we saved folks in our 6-county area over $2 million.
Wow. Wow.
Even if it's, $15 a month for somebody, better in their pocket than in the insurance company's pocket.
Right. They got enough in their pocket already. The main line again is 1-800-803-7174. And I wanted to address, like you suggested, this COVID-19 vaccine and the scams. So do you want to address that? Go ahead.
Yeah, there's a lot of scams out there, and with COVID, there's more. It just gave a new topic for scams. People are getting phone calls or knocks on the door, saying that they were exposed to COVID and they need to do some contact tracing and they need to provide their Medicare number or their Social Security number. And that would be a scam. Medicare has your Medicare number already. They don't need you to provide it for them. And all these people are doing is looking to get your personal information. The health department, if they call you, they're not going to ask you for that information. They're not going to ask for your bank account information or anything. There's also a new scam coming out. As you're aware, everybody got new Medicare cards effective January 1st, 2020. And now people are getting phone calls from people saying, you need to get a new Medicare card and give us your old number, or send in, gift cards to this address and we'll send you your new card. That's a scam. Wow. Medicare isn't issuing any new cards. They're done issuing their cards. Everybody should have gotten them, and people who are new to Medicare already will be getting the new cards. Something to bear in mind, Ike, is that Medicare won't call you. Social Security won't call you. The IRS won't call you. None of these places will call you unless they are returning a phone call from you that you initiated. So if somebody calls and says they're from the Social Security Administration, hang up the phone. And a lot of times it's not a Medicare scam, but people will get an email, for example, saying that your bank account has been compromised and your debit card is going to be turned off if you don't call this number. Well, those are scams too, and the way you can find that out is call your bank. Don't call the number that they put on the email that makes it look like it's your bank, because they're very tricky and everything looks just about perfect. Hang up the phone, call your bank, say I got this email that said my debit card's been compromised or my PayPal account, and they'll say no, everything's just fine, and then you know it's a scam. So don't click on anything that you think is possibly a scam. It's just a way to break into your system. Don't provide personal information. Like on Facebook now, I see things all the time saying, who remembers the first street that they lived on? And people are typing in their first street. Well, that's a way for hackers to start guessing your security questions on your account. So you want to keep that personal information to yourself. You can say, yeah, I remember it, but don't put that in there. People are getting very, very sophisticated these days.
Mm-hmm. Tell me, do you welcome calls if someone is suspicious that it's a scam call, or do you have enough already with what you got going on?
Oh no, we are what's called the Senior Medicare Patrol for the state of Michigan. It's sort of a silly name, but it is the program that addresses fraud, abuse, and scams in Medicare. So we welcome those phone calls. We will help report them. We can help verify if it's an actual scam or not, and get that information to the right people, the Office of Inspector General or the Attorney General or whatever. So the same number 800-803-7174, and people can report that information.
So then, no, I'm sorry for interrupting, but I drive people crazy that I nitpick different sayings, and one that really irritates me is that if you see something, say something. And everybody says, yeah,
Exactly.
yeah, okay. Yeah, well, here's my problem with that. If you say something to just your neighbor or somebody who can do nothing about it, what's the point of saying something? Anyway, say something to like the 800-803-7174 so they can in turn do something. It's one thing to say something and see something, and I certainly, maybe sounds self-promotional, but I have a toll-free number as well, 888-489-8980. I at least know who I should call, because I'll be upfront with you. I certainly cannot keep up with all of the changes that are out there, but I know people like you, Sherry Smith. That's why they call you a manager of the Medicare Medicaid Assistance Program. And this is a non-profit organization that our tax dollars subsidize. So these are people that are working for us, and they certainly would welcome being able to straighten things out, because that's how they exist. And the Area Agency on Aging 1B covers pretty well 5 counties around this area, and if you're in any area around the country, beautiful part about it, they have an outlet in almost every state of the union. And if you've got a relative...
Actually,
What's that?
I don't mean to interrupt. We're in every state, in every county across the country, and we cover 1B covers 6 counties, and there are 2 area agencies in Wayne County for your listeners, and we all do the same work.
Right. And you work as a team, so then they purposely have it designated in certain areas so that it's more convenient for you. And I'm hoping with this COVID situation, hopefully on its way out, that you're going to be doing seminars with human beings in the same room. That would be wonderful if we could do that.
Yeah.
And I really am excited about the fact that you're going to be our speaker on Friday, June the 11th at 12 noon. You'll be speaking to our Rotary Club. That's June 11th at 12 noon. Then on August the 3rd, 9 a.m., you'll be speaking to our Optimist Club on Tuesday at 9 a.m. So we got people that want to sleep in or early risers. They'll be able to hear from you. And again, if anyone is interested in speaking to the Medicare Medicaid Assistance Program Manager, Sherry Smith, and you can sing Sherry to her if you'd like, by all means. Give out your number twice before we go on to our break. Go ahead.
It's 1-800-803-7174. 1-800-803-7174.
Sherry, it's been great talking to you, and you're now an official broadcaster, okay?
It's always great to talk to you, Ike.
God bless. Right now, we'll take a brief break, and we'll be right back. Don't go away. Family run for over 88 years, Friends Hardware has remained family-owned and operated. Friends Hardware is one of a kind. You'll find the newest products offered on TV at very competitive prices. You'll also find safety products, grab bars for bathrooms, battery-operated light switches, remote control devices, that you can turn your lamps on or any electrical device. You don't have to run out there anymore. Just press the button. Better yet, just visit Friends Hardware, located on Main Street at and 11.5 Mile Road. They're open every day. If you wish to call, it's 248-544-8111. That's 248-544-8111. Better yet, just visit 11.5 Mile Road and Main Street, Friends Hardware. Do you like snacks? Well, why don't you try the Ike Bakery folks that have now created 3 new flavors of gluten-free granolas: maple vanilla, blueberry, and toffee chocolate, all sold in 16-ounce bags for just $4.99. All new is Ori's cinnamon pull-apart, made with Danish dough and rich cinnamon filling. It's great with coffee or milk and hard to stop eating. You will find all these items at the Ike Bakery Market on Farmington Road between I-96 and Plymouth Road in Livonia. Try it out. As Jackie Gleason used to say, how sweet it is. And it's so sweet to be able to share some of my thoughts and tips with you on a weekly basis. As you know, I've been doing this show for close to half a century. And the bright side of aging is intended to give you tips on how to enjoy life as best as you can, no matter what the situation is. And the truth of it is that every human being has certain issues they have to deal with. And I try to bring in sponsors that can help you enjoy life, as I always promote, in a vertical position. So by all means, let's stay in touch. My toll-free number is 1-888-489-8980. We have wonderful sponsors like Able Zone in Rochester, where they have all kinds of devices if you're visually challenged, as they say. They've got magnifiers. They've got devices that can really almost duplicate all of the benefits you have if you have regular vision. And then if you're interested in some great kielbasa or sausage, chicken sausage, Joyview Market, right on Joy Road. That's why they call themselves Joy. And they're right near Telegraph. And then, of course, if indeed you are faced with a challenge of whether I should stay in my own home or go into an assisted living center or an independent living center, we have House Calls on Wheels, where we provide mobile health care services for your feet, for your eyes, filling prescriptions and then delivering them to you. It's true, there are other ways that you can connect. I pride myself on associating with only the top-notch people in each field. And of course, you heard the commercial about Ike Bakery. So if you want to eat regular food and Polish type food, we have you covered. If you want to be able to get around and hear better, Cruise Hearing, and I'm one of their clients, I don't mind telling you, I really appreciate what hearing aids can do. And Fritz, actually, the place, the Cruise Hearing, is owned by Felix and his son Joshua, who's a real dynamo as well. Felix actually teaches at Wayne State, so he's really on up to date on how you can hear. So it can help you hear, see, and eat. in a really enjoyable way. And the key in life is to accept what's going on, as I stressed before, the ABCs of aging. A stands for adjust and accept. We ain't gonna get younger, folks. As we speak, we are getting older, and the truth of it is, our body has got its own way of aging in different ways. So you accept that, hey, I'm getting older, maybe I can't do the marathon, or if you ever did the marathon, but I can certainly take walks. You don't have to do a 20-mile hike or something like that. You can take 15, 20 minutes at a time. Ideally, you can devote about an hour a day for exercise. And they've got some phenomenal deals out there. I wish I could get them as a sponsor, but Planet Fitness that I belong to, they're all over the country. It's $10 a month. Yeah, 10. And you have access to top-notch equipment, and they're very easy to get to. But if you want to have your own home gym, we can help you put that together for under $100. All you need is like a leg exerciser, and those are available for around $49. And the nice thing about it is, it's like riding a bicycle without the bicycle. It's just got the pedals that you can actually set up. It's a self-standing type situation. You can put it on the floor, and you can be watching TV and circulating the lower part of your body, which is vital. Circulation is vital. There's an Ikeism, as I like to call them, that I use. If you want to percolate, you got to circulate. So you can take that leg exerciser and put it on a table and use your arms to actually rotate or pedal, so to speak. So you can take care of the top part of your body for under $50. Then stretch bands are available, and those are under $10. So then you can also, if you want to check on the computer or the television, they've got exercise for seniors. Your library is a great source. In fact, I work with the Caustic Senior Center in Farmington, and I'm sure senior centers in your area would welcome you getting together. You can now actually get together physically in a lot of these senior centers. Just the camaraderie-ship and seeing one another is vital. Now we certainly appreciate how important it is to make eyeball and eyeball contact. The thing about the whole aspect of humanity is really we are people. That's why Barbara Streisand used to, was a top-notch song, People Who Need People. I can sing the whole thing, but no one ever wants to hear it, so I won't. But maybe next time I will. Right now I only have enough time for my favorite parting thought for the bright side of aging, which is, yesterday is history. Tomorrow is a mystery. Today is a gift. And that's why we call it the present. Please enjoy your present by looking and living life with the bright side of aging. Welcome to the Entrepreneurs Network radio show. Our mission is to interview successful entrepreneurs who are willing to share with us their ideas and experiences, both the successes and the failures. Because as it has been jokingly said, you should learn from the mistakes of others because you'll never live long enough to make them all yourself. My name is Ike Engelbaum, and I'm the founder of the Entrepreneurs Network of Michigan, which is a group of motivated people that are all interested in helping each other and achieving our personal and professional goals. Please check out our website, Entrepreneurs Network of Michigan.com for meeting schedule as well as self-improvement material. Our philosophy is that if it's to be, it's up to me. For over 30 years, Cruise Hearing and Service has helped thousands of people improve their hearing and enjoy the sounds of their life again. If you don't hear as well as you like, Cruise Hearing can help you. They have actually hearing aids that the batteries do not need to be recharged. And they also have a caption phone that you can view for free. And also the phone, if you are over 65, is available to you free. So any phone calls you get, you can see captioned if you don't hear that well. Hey, they've got other stuff. If you'd like the free cookbook, call 1-888-489-8980. That's available. You can call Cruise Hearing Direct at 877-456-2789. The number direct is 877-456-2789. Family run for over 88 years, Friends Hardware has remained family owned and operated. Friends Hardware is one of a kind. You'll find the newest products offered on TV at very competitive prices. You'll also find safety products, grab bars for bathrooms, battery-operated light switches, remote control devices that you can turn your lamps on or any electrical device. You don't have to run out there anymore. Just press the button. Better yet, just visit Friends Hardware, located on Main Street and 11.5 Mile Road. They're open every day. If you wish to call, it's 248-544-8111. That's 248-544-8111. Better yet, just visit 11.5 Mile Road and Main Street, Friends Hardware. And hopefully you are enjoying the weather before the rain. We're due to have some rain, but the nice thing about this time of the year is that we can get out and actually enjoy Michigan at its best. I'm looking forward to going up north in a few weeks. It's really such a wonderful, wonderful state. And with the situation that we've had to incur over a year now, it's amazing how we really have become sort of adjusted to a new way of life and been locked in. Now we can walk out. So forget being locked in, and unless governor changes her mind again, there's no mask requirement when you're outside. Though I do respect people's views on it. In fact, what I do is, frankly, I have a mask with me in my pocket, where I see that we do not have restrictions. Some of the stores, like Trader Joe's, do not, expect you to have masks, but be respectful of one another. And I'll tell you, when it comes to entrepreneurship, the key is to figure out a way that you can get along, and rather than fight and try to change people's minds, change your attitude toward how people feel about what's going on. On a positive note, there is now, as an entrepreneur, opportunities that you never had before. Number one, it used to be that unless you had a fancy-dancy office when you wanted to meet someone new and make an impression for business, you wanted to have them come to a very prestigious-looking office and all of that stuff. Now it's very appropriate that you are working out of your home. And if you're fortunate enough to have a deck on the back or an area in the back of your home, you can meet outside under the sun. Now I was over at Home Depot, I believe it was, and they got these little self-contained umbrellas that you can almost make an instant little overhead type of cover for yourself, and you have a cup of tea or a cup of coffee, and you can enjoy a professional setting with all of the expenses. But I don't want to take away from the importance of being professional, because it is very important. Like the old saying goes, you can never take back the first impression. But there are all kinds of home care type services that you might want to consider to start your own business. I don't mind sharing with you, I'm involved with what many people feel sort of uncomfortable about when they say multi-level marketing. There are all kinds of services out there that really are very appropriate for this time of our economy. And while we're on the air, feel free to call in with your thoughts. If you're looking to start a business, or you have a business and you want some input, our on-the-air phone number is 248-557-3300. That's 248-557-3300 while we're on the air. We're on every Wednesday from 11:30 to 12 noon. And you're welcome to call in for this segment. From 11 a.m. to 11:30, we do the Bright Side of Aging, where we try to share thoughts on what you deal with as you age. So we got both age spectrums covered. Your startup phase of life in terms of business, we welcome being in touch with you. And I'm really excited about the fact that we have Zoom meetings every other Tuesday from 12 noon to 1 p.m. If you're interested in being added to our email list, I still believe in toll-free numbers, and our toll-free number is 1-888-489-8980. That's 1-888-489-8980. And I'm affiliated with the Michigan Small Business Organization, as well as SCORE, as well as the Chambers of Commerce. So as a result, if you are looking to get started or get a little jump start, we've got the connections. Dan Nichols, one of our members, has a Grow Studios. It's a regular little TV studio where we can actually professionally put a program together where you can actually promote yourself professionally. And there is no one that's successful in business that doesn't have a team. That old acronym team, TEAM, stands for Together Everyone Achieves More. And our CEO of the Entrepreneurs Network of Michigan is a phenomenal team leader. And many of you listening to this station have heard a sexy sounding voice, and I'm talking about Lou Goutman. Hello, Mr. Lou. How do you do?
Hello, Mr. Ike. I'm doing fine, thank you.
Good.
And I know you are too.
Well, thank you. Yeah, we talked earlier and we checked each other out.
Right.
And, as you know, on Tuesdays from 12 to 1, every other Tuesday, our initial setup is having everyone introduce themselves and give their 60-second elevator pitch. So, Mr. Lou, how about you? That rhymes.
Well, thank you, Ike, as always. Well, as Ike said, he has appointed me as his CEO of the Entrepreneurs Network, which meets every other Tuesday online. Right now we're only meeting virtually, so we will be meeting this coming Tuesday. We did not meet yesterday. We will be meeting this coming Tuesday, and I know Ike will talk a little bit more about it, but if any entrepreneurs or business people out there or anybody who's looking to get into business wants to join us virtually, there is no charge, there's no obligation, there's no pressure to do anything, buy anything, sell anything. So feel free. We'll send you the link, and all you have to do is call Ike's magic number of 888-489-8980, and we'll send you the link. And again, that toll-free number is 888-489-8980. And we have had people from all over the world join us, not just from Michigan and the Detroit area, but all over the country and all over the world. We've had some people from Australia who have come on and joined us, and anybody is welcome. Mm-hmm. Now, in addition, as Ike introduced me, he wants me to give my little commercial, or his my elevator pitch, as Ike likes to call it. So again, my name is Lou Goutman, and I own and operate a small marketing company called Advertising Alternatives. We are a full-service print and promotional products distributor, but again, we are a marketing agency. We want to help you get your name out in front of your clients, your customers, your patients, your prospects, whatever industry you're in. And we do this primarily through a printed item of some sort, whether it's a traditional print item like a business card or a flyer or a brochure, or a specialty item like a little giveaway such as a logoed pen or a coffee mug or a keychain or anything else. We do apparel, all kinds of shirts, jackets, caps, and for any your business or for any events, for schools, for colleges and universities, for hospitals, for nonprofit organizations. And again, the list is endless. So again, the name of my company is Advertising Alternatives. My name is Lou Goutman, and again, you can reach me through that magic number of Ike's, which is 888-489-8980.
And I want to tag on that you can, go to any of the office supply places and point at what they have on that board for a pen or what have you, and it may seem very convenient, but I say this in all sincerity because Lou has guided me personally in my promotional efforts, and that he customizes, hey, you're trying to reach this type of a client. Here's something that is not going to be like a thank you for sending me something, but something that people are going to hang on to. And one of the things that you must remember, as important as it is to make that first impression, because you want to, follow that guideline, you can never take back a poor first impression. I got news for you. That is definitely important. But what's more important is what lasting impression you have. Okay? Right?
You're absolutely right, Ike. You only have one chance to make a good first impression. So you're absolutely right. And since you mentioned some of the competition, like the office supply stores, the difference is you're going to get personal service from me, and I know the industry. When you go into the office supply stores, typically the folks there, they know how to run the photocopy machine and where the coffee and janitorial supplies are, but they may not necessarily know the promotional products business. And in addition to that, with my longevity in this industry and my relationships with the supplier companies out there, that is the factories, we get preferred pricing. So my prices probably can't be beat, and in terms of doing business with the office supply stores or anybody else for that matter. And I would also add that if anybody is interested in an item that they have found on anybody else's website, again, please call your number, and Ike will refer you to me because again, the chances are my prices are going to be better, but the service is going to be second to none because I own and operate the company, and I do believe in the old-fashioned way of doing business, and that is making sure that we have a one-on-one relationship and you get exactly what you want. And if not, we'll make sure that it's done right. So again, through Ike's number, you can reach me at 888-489-8980.
Right, and also want to pick up on a very practical thought, and that is, aside from our Zoom meetings, now I mentioned one of the advantages that we do have with not being able to meet in person. You should consider, just like Lou and I, we each belong to the service clubs, like the Rotary Club and the Optimist Club, and those are also Zoom meetings. And if you're interested in participating in any of our meetings, and in fact, Lou has been president of both organizations. I think you are a founding member of the West Bloomfield Rotary Club. Is that right, Lou?
Yep. Yeah, I'm a charter member of the West Bloomfield Rotary Club that we started in West Bloomfield a very long time ago.
Well, you've been around for a while. You're not that 1,000-year-old man that Brooks, the comedian Carl Reiner.
Mel Brooks.
Right.
Mel Brooks.
You're not part of that 1,000 years.
No, but I hope I get to live as long as Mel Brooks and even Carl Reiner, who sadly passed away not too long ago.
Yeah, right. Well, Lou, it's been a pleasure. I don't know what your time frame is, but I'm hoping to speak to a dynamo entrepreneur and also veteran of this wonderful country, Sam George, in a few minutes after our break. If you're able to stick around, you're welcome. It's up to you, Lou. So tell me what to do.
Well, thank you. No, thank you, Ike. I'll listen from my good old transistor radio, and if you need me to chime in a little bit later with Sam, that'd be great. And
all right, well,
and by the way, I'm a veteran too. So thank you to Sam and to all the veterans who have served. As everybody knows, we just celebrated Memorial Day in honor and in memory of those who have made the ultimate sacrifice.
Right. And by the way, completely unrelated possibly, I think you should strongly consider having an American flag, even if it's a small little flag. It does not have to be just on Memorial Day, just to inspire your neighbors and yourself to know how wonderful it is to be in this country. Right now, we're going to take a brief break, and we'll be back with Sam George, and hopefully you on the line as well, Lou. So don't go away, folks. We will be right back. Do you like snacks? Well, why don't you try the Ike Bakery, folks, that have now created 3 new flavors of gluten-free granolas: maple vanilla, blueberry, and toffee chocolate, all sold in 16-ounce bags for just $4.99. All new is Ori's cinnamon pull-apart, made with Danish dough and rich cinnamon filling. It's great with coffee or milk and hard to stop eating. You will find all these items at the Ike Bakery Market on Farmington Road between I-96 and Plymouth Road in Livonia. Try it out. As Jackie Gleason used to say, how sweet it is. And welcome, and as as the commercial says, how sweet it is to have someone that couldn't be named any better for the United States. We call it Uncle Sam. Well, I'd like to call you Cousin Sam George. Hello, Sam.
Well, hello, Ike. How the heck are you doing?
Wonderful, sir. And Sam, I've had the privilege and joy of not only knowing you as a friend, but also as a business associate. You've helped me move some of my stuff from some of the locations I've been at, and I always appreciate your enthusiasm and talent, and you are actually doing something that is never going to go away in terms of a business. People are always concerned about, fads and whether this is a flash in the pan type business. But you're smart enough as a veteran to have been around to realize that one thing that we will need more, probably now we're using it more than ever, is moving. So Sam George said to himself, why don't I start a moving business? And I am impressed with the fact that since you are a veteran, you have a company titled Veterans Moving, is it? In Aberdeen, right? Or if I got it mixed up.
Well, I'll explain to you. Aberdeen Van Lines has been around since 1974, and I personally started up Veterans Van Lines back in 2013 with the intent of helping veterans start their own moving business.
Mm-hmm.
So many people say, oh my gosh, moving is so hard. And I always respond saying, nothing is difficult if you have the right tools. And that's always the case in any industry. You have the right tools, nothing's difficult.
Hmm.
So, would you like me to tell you what's going on in the moving business right now?
Absolutely. In fact, give out your phone number as well.
All right. Well, the moving industry is a recession, depression-resistant business. And 95% of customers hire a mover. 5% do it themselves. Usually when they're younger, they say, I'll just get a truck and we'll pick it up and take it there. Well, after that first move, the most common response I hear is, I'm never going to do this again. That's why I'm hiring movers. So it's interesting. Moving, it's plain old common sense. You have to sometimes dismantle furniture to get it out the door. Plain old common sense. Yeah. When you load a moving van, it's like putting a jigsaw puzzle together. You got to make every piece fit. It's all plain old common sense. It's kind of like developing your own engineering skills. And it's a very profitable business as well. As I mentioned, most people will not hire a mover. And there's many, many movers. We always recommend that you hire a licensed mover by the state of Michigan, because back in January, I think, of 2010, all movers are required to have a license in order to move customers in Michigan. Now, let me speak a little bit about the advantage of owning your own truck. If you own your own truck through Veterans Van Lines, you buy the equipment, we can get you in on a shoestring budget if necessary, and we can teach you how to move furniture. We can also teach you how to get jobs. And pretty much what you pay is a licensing fee and a rental fee. And a contractor, we're going to call them a licensee. We'll get the majority of the money. And that's how it works in the moving industry. We could use them. I'd love to get veterans involved in the moving business.
Right. If anyone is interested, you can always call our toll-free number, 1-888-489-8980. But if you want to get a hold of Sam directly, Sam, do you want to give out your ideal phone number directly to you?
Okay. All your listeners, my personal phone number, my name is Sam George, Aberdeen Van Lines and Veterans Van Lines. You can call me at 810-602-7578. My office, 248-889-8255. 8888. Most readers will remember, listeners will remember that number, the 888 number. So you call me, please. Any questions? I'm happy to sit down and discuss with you the advantages of moving and the disadvantages, which aren't many. Just you don't use your back when you're moving. You always use your arms and your legs. You squat down and lift, and you never bend over.
Mm-hmm. And if anyone is in the process of considering moving, Sam has got this really simple checklist of how you best prepare for it. And if you're interested in getting a free copy of what you can do in terms of tips that makes the whole moving process, whether you want to use Sam's services or not, even for your own benefit as a courtesy, we'll do that. And I want to stress, as a veteran, I know personally through there's the Veterans Business Organization whereby they can help you in financing. We're really, able to help veterans be self-sufficient because many veterans do want to be their own business and they feel it's overwhelming. But here you're talking to a veteran himself. And Sam has been around, you said 1980 that you started? That's last century.
Yeah, 1974.
1974. Wow, that's all over half a century. That is incredible.
So, may I interrupt and tell
Sure.
your listeners the true story about my days in Vietnam?
Sure, absolutely.
So,
go ahead.
I'm a man of tall stature. I'm 5'6". So when I was younger, I was bullied all the time because of my height being so short. So I arrived in Vietnam. I was a truck driver, and people, my friends said, "Hey, did you get shot at?" And I said, I did. I was bullied at 5 and 6 years old because I was short, but I'm so happy that I'm short because the bullets went way over my head.
Everything has its event. Everything. Well, you have a great tagline for your business as far as being the smallest mover. Word that properly. Yeah. Go ahead.
People ask, my logo on one of the trucks reads, smallest worldwide mover. And they say, "Are you really?" I say, "Yeah, I'm only 5'6".
I am in that category now. I used to be 5'7". I don't know. I'm shrinking.
That's what happens when we get old,
We're getting chronologically blessed in our anatomy. It changes, and one of the beautiful parts that you have is the experience that you can tell people how they don't necessarily have to do. It's not a one-man show. You can not only guide them in loading up the truck as you described before, but getting the right people to help make the move. And one good thing about physical type work, if you're fortunate enough that you do have the physical capability, you do not need to be a superhuman being, super large. You can do it and have the right help. And Sam George can actually help you in that venture. And he's part of the United States, Uncle Sam. Right now, it's been a delight to have you on the air. I got to part company with my favorite thought, which is, if you really want to get anything done in life, you'll find a way. And if you don't, you'll find an excuse. And there is no excuse for not achieving your dreams and goals in America, because it is the greatest country in the whole world. Remember, a goal is just a dream with a deadline.
WNZK has available a few good hours of airtime for a few good programs to serve their communities. Radio is better than ever in targeting an audience that listens to what you say. Learn more about this